Hi, beautiful soul family. This is Sudipta, the Mystic Crab, and the topic I want to talk about today is relationships. So, what is relationship? What is relationship? Let's look up on Google. So, Google says relationship is the way in which two or more people or things are connected, or the state of being connected. So it's interesting when it says the state of being connected. Who are we? We are human beings, right? We are beings who have certain unique characteristics. How are we connected to ourselves? Are we really connected to our own being? Do we know who we are? Do you know who you are? So that is where the relationship starts from. The first relationship we build is obviously when we are small, when we are young, when we are infants, is with the mother, and then with the father, and then with the rest of the family, our siblings. Then as we start growing up, we build those relationships with our teachers, our friends, and so forth. But in this entire life run, we miss out one very important factor and very important person. That's us. That's we ourselves. I, me, myself. And it is very important to first develop that relationship with our own self, with our own being. It's very important to know and understand who we really are, because that becomes the foundation which, as we become mature, emotionally mature adults, that becomes the foundation of our interpersonal as well as our intimate relationships. So our conditioning as kids is like we're like sponges. We just imbibe whatever we are seeing around us. We see our teachers behave a certain way, our parents behave a certain way, we see the society behave a certain way, and we pick those things up. So but as we grow up, we have our own experiences and we have our own knowledge as we study, as we do our own researches. And when we combine the experience that we have had from our lifetime, the knowledge and the observation we have made around us, seeing the repercussion of the certain kind of thought or actions going on, and what is it doing, that is where we need to understand and create our own unique way of creating and maintaining relationships, both interpersonal as well as intimate, because in the beginning any intimate relationship is also interpersonal. So when you don't understand yourself as you are, as a unique being, it's very difficult for you to understand another. If you don't know who you are, how can you understand another? If you don't know and identify with your own quirks, with your own crazy little funny things that you do, if you are always seeking validation from outsiders for who you are, how can you accept somebody else? So that is where the core of relationship lies, the relationship with yourself. As we understand that, and then we evolve from there, then comes the interpersonal relationships, which is right from the relationship we have with our parents, a relationship which we have with our siblings, with our family members, with our friends, with our colleagues, with everybody. So it is very important to first connect with ourselves. Only then we can see another as another unique being who could have a different perspective completely, and accept their perspective as well. You don't have to go and follow it. You don't have to agree with what they're doing, but at the same time, you respect it because they are as unique as you are. So it helps you coexist in harmony with them. Though you might not have the same understanding, but that's okay. You understand that they are as unique as you are. So you just exist in harmony by choice, not by force, because anything done by force can only last for so long. So that's the core thing about relationships. Now, coming to the most important thing that I've been observing of late, and that is intimate relationships. and a lot of failed intimate relationships. What is an intimate relationship? It's a relationship which is between a man and a woman, a man and a man, a woman and a woman, various kinds. It has many faces, but it is an intimate. It is so intimate where you can be vulnerable with another person. You can bare your soul like you bare your body to the other person. So it is that intimate. So in those relationships, if you are not comfortable with who you are, you will never be able to be comfortable with the other person because you have not accepted yourself as an entirely unique being. How are you going to accept another as an entirely unique being? Yeah, initially there are relationships, you get into intimate relationships just because you're attracted physically to a person, or you just feel you have certain hobbies or certain things which kind of match and you click, and then there's a fire there and you are like, okay, this is gonna work out. But after some time, when that fire extinguishes, there's nothing left, and that's when the reality hits you and the relationship is not working out anymore. What do you do then? So understanding who you are is the core of interpersonal as well as intimate relationships, because intimate relationships are the highest level of ground that can be provided by the universe to you to grow and evolve and ascend together to the next level of the game, because together you're gonna procreate. You're going to procreate in any level. You can choose to procreate yourself. You can choose to nurture by adopting, by going out, helping somebody else in need. That is also procreation, because you are still going and helping somebody evolve, somebody grow, nurturing them. So maybe you did not create them physically, but then still you're creating them as beings. You're empowering them as beings who are going to be empowered individuals when they grow up. So first you need to be in harmony with yourself. If you're in harmony with yourself, you'll be able to be in harmony with another. And that's when there's like a free-flowing energy of love, free-flowing energy of communication. So that is very important to understand with these relationships. Now, coming to different types of intimate relationships. So we all have to remember one thing, that this is the human life that we are living is just one part of the journey. We are spiritual beings at a higher level, and we're just having a human experience. And when we are having this human experience, there are two factors which are added to this life. That's the space and time. Beyond that, nothing else is there. So everything based on the space and time reality that we exist in as human beings is an illusionary world. It's an illusionary world, and we come into this world very conscious. We as souls decide to incarnate in a particular human form and have a particular human life, have particular human life experiences. We choose our family members, we choose our family our friends, we choose the people we are going to have the intimate relationships with, because of the law of karma. The law of karma, one of the very sacred laws of the universe, the law of cause and effect. So we come back incarnated in this life form to balance our karmas. So when we come to balance those energies which we have emitted in the past, when we come back to balance those, we have to balance it out with people we have karmas against or with. So we already have scripted the roles we are going to play in each other's lives, and that is why we come down as human beings in a certain family, in a certain state, in a certain environment, and we grow up and have certain experiences which kind of make us who we are, and then we find people who we want to spend our life with, or we think at that time we want to spend our life with. And it turns out that there are 3 types of different relationships we can have in a lifetime. So the first one is a soulmate relationship, and a soulmate relationship can be with anybody. A soulmate is somebody who is your soul family member. So you guys are coming from the same soul family. So it can be your friend, it can be your romantic partner, it can be your family member, it can be your pet, it can be your teacher, it can be a guide, it can be anybody. It's a very harmonious relationship which helps you grow. It makes you feel comfortable. It doesn't throw you off balance very frequently. So that is a soulmate relationship. It's a soulmate. You are both from the same soul family. So that is one kind of relationship. Then we have another kind of relationship, and this is the karmic soulmate relationship. You guys may have had karmas to balance out, and you have soul contracts. You're gonna meet in this lifetime and you're gonna balance out those karmas. So most of the people in this lifetime who you see around you, where there's a lot of love and fire in the beginning, and then it starts fading, and then there's chaos, there are fights, and then ugly divorces, breakups, nasty things happening. Those are karmic relationships. They come to replay things from the past so that you can release it. You can balance it and release it. You may feel at that time that, why is it happening to me? Why is hell breaking loose for me? But that is exactly what you had signed up. That's what your soul contract was with that person. It is a karmic partner who has come to awaken you to reality, to make you realize that you're a spiritual being having a human experience, and you're here to balance your karma. Your balance, once you have balanced your karma, is when you're free of karma, and then you can move on with your true life purpose. So these are the karmic relationships. They can get really nasty, but it's important not to fall victim to it. It's okay to go through it. It's all right. It can be painful. Of course it is painful. We are human beings. Our threshold of pain is only so much. It is different for each person, but the threshold is only so much. So we can only bear so much. And when it gets unbearable, that's when you have hit rock bottom. And when you have hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go. You can only go up. You're already at the bottom. So that's the beautiful thing about these karmic relationships. They might seem like things are just not working out anymore. Hell's breaking out loose on you, and you are just dying and choking. You can't breathe. It's just getting so heavy. It's just so intense and so deep. It just feels so wrong, but yet so right. So that's when you need to understand that this is a karmic relationship, and you have to let go. You have to let go of the need to control it. You have to let go, because you have to understand this is that karma you're trying to balance out in this lifetime. It's very important for these karmic relationships to be released with love, because if you hold a grudge against it, it's going to repeat in some state, form, or the other, and it's going to be even more intense. If not this lifetime, another lifetime. So it's very important to release these people with love, because at soul level, they are the ones who had signed a contract to help you release that karma, to help you release that fear, let go of that control. It's very important to learn those important lessons from these relationships and just let go with peace. Accept that it's all right. It was a part of your journey in this lifetime. This is the second type, the karmic relationship. And then we have the twin flame relationship. Yes, a lot of people have been talking about twin flame relationship, and as the earth and the planet is ascending to the next level, we are having more twin flames come in. So I always say this thing, that we have evolved from monkeys to humans, and I'm sure we are heading somewhere else from this form as well, from human beings as well. So this is where the twin flame relationships come in. So it is helping the planet evolve, the entire consciousness evolve to the next level, where we understand relationships from a different level, a relationship which is based on equal give and take, on equal partnership, where It does not matter you're a man or a woman, you both are human beings. You're just human beings, and you both are equally empowered. And when you are equally empowered and complete and whole on your own, when you come together, you are no short of a power couple. You are not just there to balance out the yin of the other person with your yang. No, you have your yin and yang in complete balance, and that person has their yin and yang in complete balance. When you guys come together, you guys are a power force. You are here to ascend the planet to the next level. So these relationships, when you meet your twin flame, I'm going to do a different video on it, just talking about the twin flame journey, the stages of it, and how it may feel, and how it is, and how it helps you heal and grow. But I want to just throw some light on what it is about. So it's about these, so when your soul is in complete balance, and it is at that highest vibration, which is of like the divine consciousness, and when you come back to earth to still have some of your karmas balanced, you guys, that soul is vibrating at such a high level that a human body cannot accept or hold that level of high vibration soul. So that soul splits into two parts. It splits into two parts, and you reincarnate as two individuals, but you are the same soul. At the core, you're the same soul, but it's like, a part of your soul is with another person, and you have another part of that soul. So it's like, so if you have a coin, it's like the tail end of the coin goes to one person, and the head of the coin goes to another person. The coin is incomplete without the head and the tail together, right? So the soul in itself is that coin, and the head belongs to one person, the tail belongs to the other person. And it's not like, you take a dime and use the head of the dime, and you take a penny and use the tail of the penny, and combine the two and make a coin. No, it doesn't work that way. So it has to be the tail of the dime and the head of the dime if you're trying to make one coin. So it's very important to understand that. So that's how this twin flame relationship is, where you have to go through an intense soul purge, where you let go of all the human conditioning, understand and connect with your divine self, with your highest self. And when you bring yourself into that highest frequency of you are a complete individual in your own self, without that those lower vibrations of lack, of fear, of limited understanding of everything that has been told to you from childhood, when you have got rid of everything which is a baggage, which has made you just live in survival mode versus enjoying this life form as a human being. When you are in that higher state of vibration on your own being, that's when your twin comes into your life. That's when you are ready to unite with the other part, the other half of your soul, so that this coin can complete itself. So if you are the head, the tail walks in, and both of you need to be in complete alignment. You are not balancing each other out. You both are supposed to be a power couple. You're not supposed to be like just like weighing each other up or down and balancing each other on that weighing scale. No, you have to be a complete individual in your own being, and that's when a twin flame union will happen. It will happen. More twin flames are coming down and incarnating now, because the planet has suffered too much, and it has suffered by us human beings. We have destroyed it in more ways than we can even think, see, hear, feel. So that is why more twin flames are coming down, and it is an intense journey. So as soon as we get out of those karmic relationships, we need to let go and let that karma get balanced, so that we can open ourselves for the universe to send our twin, the other part of our soul, to us, so that we can ascend together to the next level of the planet. Because if you think of it, life is like a video game. So you move from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and if you fail a level, you have to repeat it. You have to repeat it. And if you don't learn your karmic lessons, you are going to repeat that pattern again, and it's going to be even more intense the next time. It gets tougher. So it's very important for us to understand that it's not that God does not love us, the divine does not love us, we are bad luck, bad timing. There is nothing as such. It's all in our hand. We are empowered beings. We are so much godlike in his own creation that we can generate, operate, destroy ourselves. So it's very important to worship the God in you and in another being. So as you start developing that relationship with yourself, you will understand how relationships actually work: interpersonal, intimate, and these different types of intimate relationships, all your soulmate relationship, your karmic soulmate relationship, and the twin flame relationship. So let me know your thoughts on what you think about this video, about what I shared with you. And if you like the content, I am going to talk more on topics that you want me to talk on. I love you so much, guys. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for listening to me and being with me till the end of this video. Bye. Love you.